Nothing captures our imagination quite like the dramatic transformation of the moon during a lunar eclipse, and September 2025 promises an especially captivating celestial event tied to the final full moon of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. On Sunday, September 7, 2025, the radiant full moon known as the Corn moon will reach its peak fullness at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. While observers across North America won't witness an eclipse themselves, they will have the perfect opportunity to admire this glowing orb rising in the eastern sky at dusk. But here's where it gets controversial. A few hours earlier, much of the world on the opposite side of the globe, namely parts of Asia, Australia, and the Pacific, will be treated to a stunning total lunar eclipse, often called a blood moon due to the moon's eerie reddish hue during the event. This spectacle mirrors what North America saw earlier that year in March, creating a global rhythm of lunar drama most people might not even realize. Let's start with the corn moon itself. This full moon is traditionally the last one summer offers in the Northern Hemisphere, named for the time when corn and other crops are harvested. Unlike the harvest moon, which is technically the full moon closest to the autumnal equinox around September 22nd, the corn moon occupies its own special place in the lunar calendar. Confusingly, since the next full moon on October 7 falls closer to the equinox in 2025, it claims the title of the harvest moon instead. Additionally, some cultures refer to September's moon as the fruit moon, highlighting how these names often reflect agricultural cycles and vary around the world. When it comes to timing, the corn moon will look its fullest all night, but the spectacle of a moonrise is truly magical. For those in North America, the best moment to see it is just after sunset as it gently climbs above the eastern horizon, bathing the dusk sky in soft, silvery light. To catch this scene, find a location with an unobstructed eastern view, perhaps a hilltop or a coast facing east, and check a local moonrise calendar to know the exact time. For example, in New York City, the moon will rise at 7:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, just moments after sunset at 7:20 p.m. In Los Angeles, the moonrise will occur at 7:19 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, shortly following a 7:12 p.m. sunset. Over in London, the moon won't rise until 7:44 p.m. British Summer Time on Monday, September 8, just after sunset at 7:32 p.m. So why won't North Americans see the Blood Moon Eclipse? That's because a lunar eclipse is only visible where night has already fallen, as the event depends on the Earth's shadow falling onto the moon. On September 7 to 8, 2025, while the Americas bask in daylight, the moon will slip through Earth's full shadow over parts of Asia, Australia, and the Pacific. For those lucky observers, the moon will appear to glow a striking red during totality, the moments when it is fully immersed in Earth's darkest shadow, lasting about 82 minutes. The entire eclipse, including the phases where the moon edges through the lighter outer shadow called the penumbra and transitions through partial coverage, will stretch over 5 hours and 27 minutes. In fact, nearly 4.9 billion people will have the chance to witness this magnificent event in its entirety, making it one of the most far-reaching eclipses of the decade. And the cosmic dance doesn't stop there. The universe likes to keep us on our toes. Lunar eclipses are almost always followed or preceded by solar eclipses because of how the moon's orbit intersects the sun's apparent path, the ecliptic, twice each month. Given this pattern, just 2 weeks after the lunar eclipse, on September 21, 2025, a partial solar eclipse will be visible. This solar event will grace skies over New Zealand, the South Pacific, and Antarctica, providing another chance for eclipse watchers to marvel at the celestial choreography unfolding above. It's worth noting that the corn moon is the 9th of 12 full moons in 2025. The difference between a solar year, about 365.24 days, and a lunar year, roughly 354.37 days, means some years feature 13 full moons, like 2023 and again in 2028, rather than the usual 12. Of the dozen full moons in 2025, 3 will be supermoons, where the moon appears larger and brighter because it's closer to Earth, and 2 will coincide with total lunar eclipses that cast those enchanting blood-red glows. And what comes next after the corn moon? On October 7, 2025, the year's first supermoon will peak as the harvest moon, the full moon closest to the autumnal equinox, providing yet another spectacular night sky event. But here's the real question: How do these traditional names and cultural interpretations influence our connection to the cosmos? Does focusing on agricultural cycles and moon phases enrich our modern experience of astronomy, or do they distract from the scientific marvels? Share your thoughts. Are you a fan of these moon names, or do you think we should rethink how we label and celebrate lunar events? The comments are wide open for debate.